before this video starts, I'm just going to make a disclaimer that I did actually put more time into this one than my prior one, which was on Resident Evil 4. I had a lot of people in the comment section talking about me being kind of nitpicky, and I totally agree. I did not put the amount of effort that video deserved. So I put more effort into this one, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Chris, how nice of you to join us.
Ouroboros is on the eve of its appearance. 6 billion cries.
Okay, so my first con is QuickTime events. I had this issue in Resident Evil 4, and I know it only gets worse in Resident Evil 6, but the QuickTime events, they are so annoying. Anybody who's playing this on PC with newer hardware is going to have an issue. If you're on console, you're fine. Now, my second con is a little shorter, but it's still important, and it's just that after coming from Resident Evil 4 to this game, it felt way less horror-based, and the storyline was just nowhere near as good. I won't get into the details because, again, there's a million other videos talking about it, but it just felt way less in depth. I'm assuming the creators wanted to make this up by working on new mechanics instead of focusing on the story, which leads us into the AI and your partner Shiva, but it's just not that great. I mean, Sheba, for example, makes the game way too easy, I find. Even on higher difficulty, she still makes it pretty easy. And that just eliminates those tense scenarios where you only have like 6 bullets left in your clip and just that sliver of health. That gets rid of that Resident Evil kind of atmosphere that usually you feel in the previous games. It's just not there. And you're not going to find it here. And I'm just not a fan of it. Happily, they went back to that in Resident Evil 7 because people were upset about that, and even in the newer titles they're much better on that, but in this game it was clear they were testing the waters a little. Now, backtracking a bit to Sheba, she also has another downside, I feel, and it's not just her, it's the characters in general. It's Chris Redfield as well. They both kind of leave you feeling lonely, not a good kind of lonely, an empty kind of lonely. There wasn't many times in the game where I felt like there was a strong sense of character, like in Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, and even Resident Evil 4, where most of the time you're alone with just Leon. Okay, now on to some pros. I actually do enjoy some parts of this game. I like what they tried to do with it. I'm not a fan, but I like that they tried to do something new. The co-op is an awesome idea, and that's how this game should be played. You shouldn't be playing it alone, at least in my eyes. It's really the same thing for games like Army of Two, which are awesome when played with a buddy, but alone, it's just nowhere near as good. Now, my last pro is again to do with the cooperative play, but it's to do with the online portion of it, which again, I think is a great idea. They tried something new. In previous games, there was nothing like this. And no, it's not perfect, but it does help the player a bit. When I played, I actually tried it out, and I had a pretty good time doing it. The only issue is, in the year 2023, I don't know how many people are you going to find online. So that concludes my little analysis of Resident Evil 5 and why I personally stopped playing it. I just found it much easier to watch videos on YouTube about the story and to move on to Resident Evil 6, which I'm also not a fan of really, but we'll get to that one day. Anyways, if you do want to play this game, I highly recommend you pick it up with a friend and don't go into it alone. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments, and have an awesome day.